What's up, everybody? In this video I'm going to be getting started on a Blender project by creating the project, setting up some settings, and then importing a video clip. So I'll be using this GoPro video clip to start. So first let's get to know a little bit about the clip. It's me snowboarding, and then it actually starts like right here, and I just want this to be the video, and then I'll end it right about there and cut off this ending part here. So if I use Command I in QuickTime Player, I can see that the resolution is 2704 by 1524, so that's a 2K video, and the FPS is 29.97, so that's good to know ahead of time. So let's go ahead and open up Blender and click on video editing. And so this is Blender's default screen right when I open. This shows files in your home folder. So that's users/evanman. This is your timeline down here. This is where you'll see the video, and these are your settings. So when we looked at that video earlier, we saw that it wasn't 1920 by 1080, it was 2704 by 15 something, so we will need to change this. We also saw that it was 29.97, not 24 frames per second, so we will need to change that. But let's just take the easiest route here and see what happens if we just drag it in and drop it right in the timeline. Okay, so it dropped two clips in there. And if we bring the playhead, this blue thing, click up here and look at it, we see our video here. You have two clips. The green one's your audio, the blue one's your video. So deleting the green one will do nothing. Control Z to undo that. Deleting the blue one, your video's gone. Okay, so now you know the blue one's your video, green one's your audio. You can see that it changed the frame rate when I dropped it in. It changed the frame rate to the clip itself, so that's good. We don't need to worry about that. But it kept it as 1920 by 1080. So we are going to need to change that because it is 2.7K, and so it's bigger than this. It looks like it resized it for us, but we're going to deal with that a little later. So first, let me tell you a little bit about the timeline. So I'm going to pull the playhead back to the beginning. So it's at 0, 0, 0, and if you notice when my mouse goes over to the left here, it just pops it back to the right of the screen, so that's just something to know when you're holding the playhead that happens. So with the blue playhead on 0, 0, I'm going to click and drag a little box to highlight both of these, and then the way you move clips, you can click and drag them, and then hold the control button. So I'm going to push down control now, and as I move closer to that, holding control is going to make it snap to that blue line. So now I have them starting on 0, 0, which is what I want. So next, what I see here is 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. This is not showing the whole clip. So I could either press the home key on my keyboard or go to View, Frame All. And doing that, now I see the whole clip. And I'm going to even take this bar down here, which is how you move side to side, and I'm going to pull the dot here to the right so that I can definitely see the whole clip. So now I see the entire clip in there. You'll notice this area is a little lighter gray. That's your work area. So we need that lighter gray section to go all the way to the end here. So I want to introduce you down here to this number 470 and then start 1, end 250. The number 470 is telling you what frame number your blue line is on, okay? And then start, number 1, is telling you the start of your gray area, your work area, and then end is the end of it. So we need to set our work area to be the whole clip. So to do that, I'm going to drag the blue playhead, hold down control while I get close to the end, and it'll snap to the end. And then I'll copy this number 9225 and type it right here. So what you want to know here is you want to go down one from the exact number of the end, and that's because of how frames work. So if I zoom in really far here to the actual frames, right now see how it's ending with one black frame, like the clip ends there, but my work area ends there. We want it to end right here, so it actually ends with video. So you just subtract 1 from that. So I'll type 9224. Okay, now I'll hit the home key and drag it a little bit so that I see everything. Now I have my file imported. So now let's go back to the resolution here. So if we go back to the desktop and we look at what happened when I dragged my clip in, it created this BL proxy folder. So that's what it'll do by automatically when you drag and drop a video file in. And we don't really want that just floating around the desktop. We want all of this contained in one folder. So I'm actually going to just delete. I'm going to highlight and hit delete and just delete that out of there. Because this is the first step when you create a video. You want to, I'm going to move BL proxy to the trash. You want to create a folder with all your project assets. So I'm going to call this snowboarding video, and I'm going to put my video in there. So now I'll show you a different way to import footage. So on my desktop, I see snowboarding video, and then there's the file. And if I pull it in now I can see on my desktop I have the snowboarding video folder, and now I have these both in one folder. Also in that folder, I'm going to go ahead and file, save as, and it's already in there, but if it wasn't, I'd say desktop, snowboarding video, and I'm just going to call this snowboarding video. So now I have my folder, my project folder on my desktop, snowboarding video, and inside there I have the footage, I have the proxy folder that was auto-generated, and then my project file. Okay, so now I just dragged this in again, so I'm going to make sure I push it back to the beginning by clicking, dragging, holding control so it snaps to it. Good. I already extended the work area, so that's all good. Now I want to address the resolution. So if we go back to the actual footage in QuickTime again, it's 2704 by 1524. Okay, so we're going to change this to 2704 by 1524. And if I hold my mouse over here and scroll out, or scroll up, which scrolls out, you can see that now the video window is larger than the actual clip. So I'll click on the blue bar here, which is my video file, and then over here click on transform, and you can see with scale X and scale Y it's at 0.7. So just click on that and type 1. Do it for X and Y, and now my footage is the right size, and when we export we're not going to lose quality by squishing it down to 1920 by 1080. If you went ahead and changed the resolution before importing the file, it would automatically import it as 1, but as scale 1. But if you have a smaller canvas, it'll fit it to that canvas by downsizing it. So one last thing that I want to show in this tutorial is if I'm like clicking through this video and scrubbing, it's sort of laggy and takes a while. One thing that helps with that is setting up proxy media. So I'll click on the blue strip there, which is my video file, and then click on this proxy tab on the right, and then make sure that strip proxy and timecode is checked. Click on 25% resolution, and then quality, I like to just put it as 1 to make it as low as possible, to go as easy on my computing power as possible. And then click rebuild proxy and timecode indices. Once you click that, you'll see at the bottom of the screen it says building proxies, and it's going 5% there. And then if you look in your folder, now that BL proxy has some stuff in it, and what it's doing is creating a low resolution video that you can edit with. And then while you're editing, you're looking at the low resolution video, but then when you export the high resolution video. So I'm gonna just pause the recording while this builds proxies to 100. Okay, now that that's done, we need to change the view up here to actually recognize those 25% proxies. So with your mouse hovering over the picture here, click the N key, and that'll bring up this sidebar, and then go to view, and then proxy render size, click on 25%. Doing that, it should reduce the quality of this a little bit, and then it should be a little bit easier to navigate through. And you know, it's not completely smooth for me, but on a faster computer or with lower quality footage, it should be a little easier on your computer. So I'll go ahead and save my project, and that's it for this tutorial. We've set up our project. We set up our project folder. We imported media. We changed our settings here, and we created proxies. So I'll click the N key here, and then you could click the home button or view zoom to fit, or fit preview in window, and that just makes this picture as big as the box, the bounding box. Alright, so in the next video we're going to go through editing this clip down to just the clip I want, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.